Hello, guys. Welcome once again to Join TV. This gist I bring to you is about Bishop Feyi. He has been sentenced to life imprisonment. And what was his offense? They said he actually assaulted, he raped a church member, not just one, but also his assistant pastor. And so many other people came up and said he used to tell them to put mouth in his bulala, and he used to touch their pino. I tell you, I keep telling people we need a body in which can investigate these pastors on time. But he wasn't really popular at some point, but during the presidential election, that was when he gained traffic because of his prophecies, and most of these prophecies did not come to pass. So him being sentenced right now, so many people are coming up and saying he's actually a fake pastor. But before we go on to the gist, let me allow you hear his prophecies.
A revolution is coming. A greater than MSAS is coming. People, the doors will be shut. You will not go to work. You will be in your houses. How will this revolution start? Hear me. How will the revolution start? Somehow, the information will spill out that the election was rigged. Then the youth will get to the street. It won't just be Lagos. It will be almost every state of Nigeria. The youth will get to the street and they will start the protest. These protests will lead to a revolution. You hear me? Peter Obi will go to court. He'll go to court. And the day for swearing him to Nubu will come. I saw white, I saw green. About to be sworn in. That day. And everybody that I said is the next president will be rejoicing. They will say, yes, I told you. Prophet that don't see far, was I telling you, didn't I tell you Tinubu is the next president? And while at that event, it looks like a very open ground, like a stadium-like center. No, I'm telling you what will happen. So, while at that event, military men will come in and they will arrest Tinubu. I'm playing the movie before you, Abi. So that you will know that prophecy is not just calling people's name. Mark my words. I'm speaking from my office. I'm not speaking by gifts. You'll be arrested. And at that point, an interim government will rule Nigeria. The interim government that will rule Nigeria will not be military. It's not a coup. The military will partner with the interim government and they will ask who should be put on the throne. Buhari will say, I'm done. I'm for peace. And they will say, make Oshibajo.
Welcome back to the Journey TV. The pastor you have just heard is Bishop Feyi, and he has been sentenced to life imprisonment. Let me narrate the story how it happened. I read this in Punch newspaper. According to the lady that was involved, she said she missed the church service and he said he was going to punish her. Invited her over, they were watching him preach. Then he just turned and said it was time for him to punish her, that was going to flog her for missing the meeting. Why you won't flog me now? So you will flog me for missing a church meeting. I really do not understand how these girls see men of God. I respect you, but believe me, I serve a living God, and why should I allow you flog me? For what? But let's continue the gist. So he said, she said that he asked her to take off her clothes because she felt he wanted to flog her. When she took off her clothes, she was shocked when he took off his clothes and jumped on her, forced himself on her, and she even started bleeding. That was how she went to report to the authorities. And has not just happened to only her, it also happened to his assistant pastor. And so many other church members came out and said, oh, he used to touch us and force us to put mouth in his bulala. But the shocking part of all this is actually his lawyers. His lawyers said the court should actually temper justice with mercy because he's a first-time offender. Does that mean that they are saying he did it? Because I felt they were supposed to argue this, but they said he's a first-time offender. The judge should be merciful, that he's the breadwinner of the family. They should also look into this. But he was sentenced to life imprisonment. So many people are also saying that because he was against the APC, that is why they are coming after him. But I would say this to every believer out there: if truly Bishop Feyi Daniels is innocent, God will fight for him. Because so many members are also saying they know their pastor and he cannot do a thing like that. But you know, sometimes when you are the victim, or when they paint you to be a victim, you have limited words to say. But this is just what I'm saying, that if he's actually innocent, God will fight for him. Do not forget about in the Bible, Paul and Silas. We know the story, they were locked up and everything. It still happens in this present day. People still receive miracles, people still receive healings, the Holy Spirit still ministers and talks to people. So if he's actually innocent, I don't think the Lord in which he served would allow him rot in jail. Something would come up and he will be freed. His name will be freed. Sometimes it could just be trials. I do not know it all, because we actually did not hear him talk. If he made a video or he was allowed to come online and explain his own part of the story, if he had something to do with this lady, then we could actually just jump into conclusion. But this is my own gist, and I will continue to advise people: when you go to church, try and examine the church, the environment, the pastor. There are things you do as a pastor. I would leave your church immediately. I did a video about a church in Ghana where they were giving them pots to break. I cannot attend a church like that. When I hear you preach and the way you talk and the way you even talk about people around you, believe me, if my spirit does not go with you, immediately I will leave your church. And this is what every believer needs to do. But because of the level of poverty in Nigeria, the Nigerians believe everything goes. Today they open a church in your street, and the next thing, some people are trooping in because they are saying, this year you will buy Benz, this year you make millions. You are jobless and you want to make millions. You are sleeping 247 and you want to make millions. You don't have a skill and you want to make millions. It doesn't work that way. First and foremost, you need to build yourself. You need to get a skill. When you get a skill, then you can pray for God's mercy. When you pray a lot, you would understand when you go to church that we need to respect men of God. Real, true men of God. Not the ones that will come and tell us, if you do not pay your tithe to me, God will not bless you. Or the ones that will tell you that if you work for me and I have to pay you, you would remain there. I'm saying real men of God. You know what I am saying. So please and please examine the church you're going to. And we need a body that would investigate churches. a private body that will investigate churches, men of God, their lifestyle, what they do in secret. We need this kind of things. I tell you, because when the documentary TB Joshua came out, so many people were amazed. So many people started saying, yes, truly it happened. So why was there not an authority in which they could report to? Nigeria is in mess, and I pray the Lord Almighty would intervene. What do you think about this gist? Do you think Bishop Feyi Daniels is being blackmailed? Do you think that he actually did it? Leave a comment on the comment section, like this video if you have not liked, and also do share with a friend. Don't forget you can now hit us on Twitter at The Journey TV. Thank you guys for staying tuned, and bye for now.